Good evening and welcome to the West Report. I'm Wendy English.
And I'm Michael Arrington, and here's the news. Our big story this evening involves swimming. On this past Saturday, Cherry Hill West squared off against Cherry Hill East in their only swim meet of the year. During that meet, there were many good individual performances, with West winning many, of course, individual races. However, East did prevail in that meet and win. But during this past week, George Ray, the coach of the boys swim team, celebrated his 25th anniversary of coaching that team, and Wendy English spoke to him about that earlier today.
Today I had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Ray, the coach of the boys swim team here at West. This year is Mr. Ray's 25th year coaching here at West. Mr. Ray, when you first started out 25 years ago, how many swim teams were in the league?
I first started at Merchantville High School in 1954. Then there were 6 teams. In 1960, the high school started a swimming team and they needed a coach. And Mr. Zetti, who was then the athletic director, asked me to take the team.
And were there any differences in the league then as opposed to now?
Yeah, the big difference then was that all the AAU swimmers had to swim separately and were not allowed to swim in scholastic swimming. Today, all the AAU swimmers swim in high school, and to be frank, they dominate the league.
Oh, and why did you get involved with coaching the swim team here at West?
Well, I was coaching majorettes and cheerleaders and color guards, which I've done most of my life, and Mr. Zetti told me that they had a swimming team but no coach. And I had already coached at Merchantville, so I agreed to take the team.
And where did you first start getting your career in coaching?
Well, Merchantville High School, in 1954, we won the championship. We had an undefeated team. I started the team here with all freshmen, an entire freshman team, and we went 7 wins and 5 losses the first year with all freshmen.
Well, if you were to pick some of the most outstanding moments in the last 25 years, what are some outstanding moments of this boys swim team here at West?
Well, I guess our biggest thrill was beating Monsignor Bonner, the first meet out. They were Catholic League champions, and with an all-freshman team, we beat them. Then we beat Morristown's winning streak in our 3rd year, but we stopped their streak at 69 wins. And then a week later, we beat Ocean City with a winning streak of 47. And then I guess one of my biggest thrills was going to Philadelphia to swim St. Joe's Prep. They were Catholic League national champions, and they hadn't lost in several years. And we beat them. And then, of course, our streak is we went 82 straight without a loss. We lost 1. We went 47 straight again. And we had 7 undefeated seasons, 7 South Jersey championships. And I guess today, John Yacobel won a gold medal upstate. They were my biggest thrills.
That's great. That really is. Well, what has the record of the boys swim team looked like over the years? Has it always been strong, or has it changed a lot?
We've never had a losing season. The worst season we ever had was the freshman year. We were 7-5. Then we went 18-2 the second year and 20-0 the 3rd year. We won the championship in the 3rd year. This year we're 10-2, and our overall record is 391 wins and 60 losses.
Wow, that's really good. And if there are any outstanding players, have you had any outstanding swimmers over the past years?
Well, the team is not built on outstanding kids. We're a team of little guys. We don't have a lot of AAU kids. We don't have a lot of famous swimmers. And the spirit that they've developed helps them win. But I guess over 25 years, Cliff Lyons, Joel Medjbo, Ricky Samuels, Vince Howard, Barry Adamson, who's the coach at Vocational now, Andy Maish, John Yacobel, and I guess the big guy today is Harold Wallman. They're my biggest boys.
Thank you, Mr. Ray, and good luck in your upcoming years. This has been Wendy English reporting for Channel B15 News.
Last Tuesday evening, in the library, the National Honor Society held its 2nd annual Library Lecture of the Year. At that lecture, Professor Klukoff, an English professor at Stockton, spoke to the students. His lecture was enjoyed by all.
And last Friday night was a night a lot of West students won't forget. The annual military ball was held at Nero's Woodbine Inn. The evening was filled with nonstop dancing, socializing, and entertainment. The night was highlighted with a disc jockey from the pros, a guest appearance by a group of break dancers, a demonstration of how to strut by a mummer named Bill from Palmyra, a skit performed by some of the cadets, and of course the crowning of the military ball queen. ROT students voted for this lucky lady on her character and her squadron involvement. The room came to a hush as the queen and her court was announced. Congratulations go out to second runner-up Debbie Trumpfeller, first runner-up Josephine Greco, and this year's queen, Denise Satius. Among people on hand for this joyous event was Mayor Maria Greenwald, Principal Joan Katz, and last year's ball queen Debbie Eisman. And, as the cadets of the ROTC would say, yes, sir! This was an enjoyable evening.
This week is Drug Awareness Week in the elementary schools, as well as the 25th anniversary of the Respect for Drugs program here at West. This past week, students in the program were at Kingston informing the students about the dangers of drug abuse. The students asked many questions, and West members of the Respect for Drugs program expertly handled the situation. Mr. Murray is the sponsor of this program, which is open to all juniors and seniors here at West. There are also programs for parents and their children, which are held at all the elementary schools in the evening. For more information about these programs, stay tuned to the B15 Bulletin Board.
Last Friday night at West, the Battle of the Bands was held. This is a competition where the best bands at West compete for prizes and for the title of Best Band at West. For the second year in a row, the group Allies emerged as the winners. Michael?
Thank you for watching the West Report. Please stay tuned next week at this time. Good night.
Good night.
Good evening and welcome to this January 23rd edition of Eastcast. I'm Lori Fine with Alan Keller, here to bring you all the week's news from Cherry Hill East. The big story this week is that it is SAD Awareness Week. Under the direction of advisor Fred Belchikoff, the Student Congress has organized a week of activities and publicity to make students aware of the dangers of drinking and driving. Joelle Garnick and Marcia Edmondson began SAD, Students Against Drunk Driving, at East. Tonight there is a meeting at Beck Junior High School for parents to discuss what parents can do to help fight this problem. The meeting begins at 7:30. Tomorrow, all of the seniors will attend an assembly. A representative from the state troopers and someone who survived a drunk driving accident will speak with the students. Besides being aware of the problem, students are asked to buy balloons for only 25 cents each. The balloons will be marked with the students' names. The helium balloons will be released on Friday afternoon. A prize of dinner for two will be given to the person whose balloon goes the furthest. So support the SAD Fund by buying balloons.
Student Congress is still accepting applications for officers. A candidates forum will be open to students on Tuesday, February 5th. Students are to get passes from their teachers. Applications are also available for the variety show. Pick them up at Communications. The variety show is scheduled for the beginning of April. On Saturday, East staged another spectacular winter dance concert. Both Mrs. Hall and Mrs. Swift, along with dozens of others, worked very hard for this great event. Choreographers include Virginia Myers, Michelle Grisham, Anita Gual, Mona Gupta, and Patty Schaefer. Laura Chanick, Tracy Wendell, John Greenberg, Jill Hyland, and Evan Shapiro of Orchesis. Michelle D'Alessandro, Tracy Taknoff, Patty Chan, Amy Siebold, Ann Gual, Lisa Krantz, Christy Tomaso, and Kim Bell choreographed for advanced dance. Beautiful performances were given by all of East's dance groups. This concert followed in the tradition of East's fine dancers. All of East students and faculty wish to thank the entire dance department on this colossal event. We would like to wish Mrs. Carol Gorman Swift much luck. She is on a leave of absence for maternity.
On January 12th, senior Lisa Washington was named second runner-up in the New Jersey Junior Miss Competition. Lisa was East's winner and the representative for Camden County. We're all very proud of her accomplishments. The All-South Jersey Band performed in Washington, D.C. on Monday at the New Jersey Republican inaugural ball. I'm sure that the experience was a memorable one for these fine musicians. The French Club will be hosting a folk singer on Tuesday in room C303. Come out and listen, and be entertained. New semester courses and the third marking period began yesterday. Report cards will be issued in the beginning of February. The names of the honor roll students will be published in an upcoming issue of Cherry Hill News. The computer dance is coming up this Saturday, January 26th. Students who filled out the computer forms, which were distributed in homeroom, will be able to purchase sheets with names of their perfect matches. The dance will be from 7 o'clock to 11 p.m. in the Cafeteria 1. Come in and meet the date of your dreams.
This Friday and Saturday nights, East Auditorium will hold this year's Advanced Acting Class play. The play will be Woody Allen's hilarious comedy, God. Mr. Robert D. Nation will direct, and the class's students will act. Tickets will be sold for $2 at the door. The play will begin at 7:30, so come out and support this showcase of East talent. The Freshman Valentine's Dance will be held on February 14th from 7:30 to 11 o'clock p.m. Raffle tickets will be sold during lunch periods. Win a dinner for two at Bennigan's, Fridays, or Houlihan's with limousine service by Majestic, Top Line, or Coat of Arms Services. The Cum Laude Society offers a tutoring service available to all East students. If you need tutoring, you can leave a request in the box supplied outside the library. See advisor Mark Pinzer or officers Eric Simonoff, Darcy Shaw, Bumjin Chang, or Steve Johnson if there are any questions. The Knowledge Bowl season begins at the end of this month. If you enjoyed seeing the competitions, let NYT Cable know so that the funding will be renewed. Our first competition will be taped on Thursday, February 7th, against Woodrow Wilson. The Trivial Pursuit craze has expanded the knowledge and interest in the competitions. Knowledge is fun, and East tries to foster learning. The library has a free paperback program. David Katz spoke with librarian Mr. Aaron Grossman about the freebie cart.
Hello, and I'm here with Mr. Grossman, one of the librarians here at East, and I'd like to ask him some questions about the freebie book cart. Mr. Grossman, what is the freebie book cart?
The freebie book cart is a place where students can bring paperback books and take other paperback books to read. It's in essence, a free paperback exchange.
Mr. Grossman, how long has the freebie cart been in operation?
This is our third year with the freebie cart, and one year we did very, very well. This year we're doing nicely, but not as well as we have done in the past.
Okay, Mr. Grossman, this year, what can the students do to help out the freebie book cart?
Well, if students have paperbacks at home and would like to bring some in and donate the paperbacks, it would be wonderful. At the same time, if they saw books on the freebie cart that they would like to take to read, they might do that also. We cannot, the freebie cart has to have donations of paperbacks to give them away for free.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Grossman. This is David Katz for Eastcast.
Of course, the big story in sports this week is not the Super Bowl, but the East Camden basketball game. The game was originally scheduled for last Thursday, but was postponed until last Friday. East lost at home by a score of 85-73. East has a record of 10-3, but it could not withstand Camden's strong team. Camden is rated the top team in South Jersey by the Courier Post. Most valuable players from East are Nick and Tom Katsikis, who played a good floor game both offensively and defensively. East will play Camden again February 12th away and possibly in the state playoffs. Some of the fans who commented about Friday's game said that it was one of the most exciting games they'd seen. East really hung in there till the final quarter. One highlight was the cheering section of East and the gymnastic maneuvers of East's male cheerleaders. Last Friday, the girls' basketball team beat Camden in a well-played game. Saturday, the girls beat Bishop Eustace with a score of 74-49. The team played a tough game yesterday against Paul VI. Varsity player Stephanie Vanell scored her 1,000th point of her career. Congratulations, Stephanie, and keep up the good work.
East wrestling teams have been having a fantastic season. The varsity team has a winning record, and JV has lost only to Highland's tough team. Last Wednesday, January 16th, both teams excelled at an away meet at Deptford. The varsity won the match. On the junior varsity team, Dave Benson and Joe Figueroa won by decision, while Jeff Coolahan won by a pin. Last Saturday, varsity knocked out Bishop Eustace's team. The boys will be playing Camden at home tonight and Woodbury this Saturday, January 26th. Good luck.
Congratulations to East's winter track team. Last Friday, January 18th, Mike Kresloff placed first in the 800 run in the freshman-sophomore meet at Widener College. The boys' 2-mile relay team of Mike Kresloff, Gary Gordon, Dan Carusi, and Jimmy Williams broke school records for time and placed third in the state meet. Last Wednesday, January 16th, marked a first for the East girls swim team. It was the first time the girls ever beat Petty Prep's outstanding team. The score was 92-80. Every East swimmer turned in excellent times and picked up the necessary points to defeat this national powerhouse. Congratulations to the entire team and Coach Lynn Neck. Friday, the girls meet Cherry Hill West at Sicklerville at 5:20.
It was a smashing victory for all of East bowling teams as they creamed Collingswood on Friday, winning 15 out of 16 games. Marion Bass led the girls' varsity with a 176 game. The girls' JV was led by both Bon McCarthy and Adora Vibora, who tied for high game with a 166. Rick Stevenson led the varsity boys with the 200 game, while Barry Epstein, with his 221 game, led the boys' JV team. East bowling teams continued their excellent bowling on Monday, taking 14 of 16 from Camden Catholic. The girls' JV built their season's conference record to 23-1. The JV boys extended their league record to 21-3 as Mike Milner led the team with a 204 game and a 531 series. Glenn Pollan chipped in with a 209 game. The girls' varsity returned to second place in the conference with a 17-7 record. Marion Bass was the leader once again with a 178 game and a 464 series. The boys' varsity maintained possession of first place with a 20-4 record. Rick Stevenson led the Cougars with a 567 series. Thursday is the next match with Aussie Tech. In case of inclement weather, please tune to channel B15 for the latest information on Cherry Hill school closings. Any announcement for closing or delay will remain on the air for most of the morning. Why listen to hundreds of numbers when you can find out instantly on channel B15? Thank you for watching this January 23rd Eastcast. This has been Alan Keller and Lori Fine bringing you the very latest news from East. Now stay tuned for the East-West boys swim meet following the junior high school news. Good night and have a pleasant week.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of What's News at Heritage. I'm Glenn Foley.
And I'm Jim Callista. As I'm sure you've already guessed, the stars of tonight's show are the Heritage cheerleaders. Before we bring you more cheers, let's introduce you to the group's advisor, Mrs. Gregorio.
Mrs. Gregorio, about how many kids are on this year's squad?
There are 20 girls on the squad this year.
How are the cheerleaders selected each year?
At the end of the 7th grade, all the young ladies who want to go out for cheerleading come out and they start practicing. This year we had 50 girls show up, and 20 of those girls are selected by 4 judges. They're chosen for their enthusiastic abilities, their gymnastic ability, and their appearance.
Do you think cheering has an effect on the outcome of a game?
I think there's a lot of talent on our basketball team, but I think when things get going slow, the girls start doing their little cheering. It gets kids a little bit more riled up, and they start making scores.
I think it's about time we hear from the cheerleaders again.
Before leaving, 2 of our cheerleaders are going to try to attempt the impossible. Teach us a cheer.
Hey, you. Check us out. Hey, you check us out. Because our name is Michael. Cross your right leg. Number. Cross your arm. One. Cross your right leg. One. Check this out. Hey you. Check this out. Hey you, check this out. Don't fool the fool, don't fool, don't mess the best, don't let's say you. Check this out. Hey you, check this out. 'Cause the name is like out of place. We're number one and that's dynamite. Mike is number one and that's dynamite. So let's fight. Yeah, let's give my hand.
Unfortunately, we're about out of time, so from Jim Callista
And Glenn Foley.
and the Heritage Cheerleaders, thanks for watching What's News at Heritage.
Rock top! We're up! We're top! We're in our top! We are power! We're top! We're in our top! We are power! There's power! Rock! Top! We're in our top! We are power! There's power! H-E-R-I-C-A-G-E! Heritage!
Good evening, and welcome once again to What's News at Heritage. Good evening, and welcome once again to What's News at Heritage. I'm Doug Slack, and with me today is Mr. Prezant, who in addition to being chairman of this school's math department, is also a sponsor of the Heritage Bowling Team. Mr. Prezant, can you tell us a bit about the Heritage Bowling Team?
Our bowling league starts early in November and continues on through March. We have 16 teams of 3 members each, and we bowl every Tuesday at Crest Lanes.
Can you tell us about the junior high bowling tournament that took place at the Super Bowl last Friday?
We had a tri-school bowling tournament for Beck, Brainerd, and Heritage, and the awards for that tournament and the results are high game for the boys were Leon Neubauer, high game for the girls, Meenal Mehta, high series, Corey Stackhouse, high series for the boys, Robert Johnson, high handicap series were both won by Brainerd students, Sue Tyson for the girls and Darren Seltzer for the boys. And for the overall results, Beck School won with 154.3 average, Heritage was second with a 153.8, and Brainerd finished third with a 151.7.
Mr. Prezant, some people say that bowling isn't really a sport, but more of a hobby. What's your opinion?
All right, whether to start a debate between whether it's a sport or a hobby would be very difficult to take one side or the other. I'd like to consider it as, or have people consider it as a lifelong activity. It's something that can be done by young children as well as senior citizens, and there are various levels of competition, so people can be very, very competitive, or they can do it just for fun and open bowling.
What does it take to become a good bowler?
As with all activities, in order to be proficient at something, it takes hard work and practice, and every individual can strive to be the best that they can be by hard work.
How about you, Mr. Prezant? How long have you been bowling, and what's your average and best score?
I've been bowling since junior high on and off, and although I haven't bowled in the league for several years, when I was bowling in the league, my average was around 172. I'd be very, very hard-pressed to match that average at this point because I don't put in the time and effort that it really takes to be good. My high individual game was a 246.
Our time is just about gone for this evening's show, but before leaving, I'd like to thank Mr. Prezant for joining me tonight and congratulate the Heritage Bowling Team for a job well done last Friday. So from Doug Slack, thanks for watching What's News at Heritage.